Hey everybody, it's Tony from Car Stars. Video number 3. We are installing the cam. It's going to go in that hole. It's going to ride on these cam bearings right here. I've taken some brake cleaner, shot it down the inside. I tried to run my brush in there, but I don't have a brush long enough to get all the way through this thing. So I just kind of eyeballed it and shot some brake cleaner in there and got, there really wasn't anything in there, but it's just a precautionary measure in case there's some shavings or whatnot in there. So I'm gonna now lube this up with some assembly lube, and I'm gonna slide it on in. I'm trying to get this done before Charles shows up because we're still working on the Nissan. And yeah, so try to get this in. It doesn't take long, and but you just got to go slow so that you don't knock the main bearing journals here on the edge of these bearings and then knock them out. I mean, it could happen, highly unlikely, I guess, but yeah, so you just got to go nice and easy and get it in there. So yeah, wish me luck. I'm going to be doing it by myself, and hopefully get it done here in the next minute or two. All right, just gonna make sure I get some assembly lube on this bad boy. And then I'll rub it all around. And then I'm gonna stick a screwdriver, a long screwdriver that I have in that hole, to give me support as I slide it in the hole. So yeah, it's in there, right on. Don't push it too far because it will come right out the back. So until you got the back plate on there, and I'm going to put the bearing plate up here, or the cam plate up here pretty soon. That'll probably be my next step. Yeah, so one thing you got to make sure is that you line up the timing marks once you've got your timing chain and all that stuff getting ready to go on. You want to make sure this lines up with the timing marks on the timing chain. So otherwise, everything's going to be out of phase. So anyway, pretty easy. That was my first time doing it, me personally. Yeah, went in pretty easy. Only tricky part is that once, you've only got about this much of the cam sticking out on this side, obviously it's weighted more that way, so you got to exert some leverage to make sure it stays straight going in. But not too bad, not too hard. Anybody can do it, really, honestly. So, all right, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Catch you later. All right, so we've been working on some other things. Charles showed up. He's super stoked to be here. So just got the cam plate kind of just sitting there, working on getting a new seal in this rear cover. The old one was pretty janky, and best bet, since my Felpro kit came with a new seal, obviously we're going to put it in. But yeah, just removing all the old gunk from in there is a little time consuming. But then we're gonna stick that on the back of the motor here just to keep the cam from popping out the backside. But that's gonna be a little bit challenging because we gotta reach in there and get some bolts in there. But otherwise, we're gonna do that and then get the timing chain on, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, we'll degree and the cam, make sure everything's good in the right place, top dead center, all that fun stuff. Get that in place, and then we'll just move on to lifters, retaining plates, and cylinder heads, and
on and on and on and on. Yeah, so we just installed the rear seal on this original plate from the motor. I think I got this from the guys I bought the engine from. I think they just threw it in. But it had a janky seal in here with silicone all over it and crap. So this came from the Felpro kit that we have, and it just presses in real easy. So don't be trying to hammer it in or any of that kind of craziness. Just press it in with your hand, make sure it's nice and flush. You're good to go, because there's tabs on the back side that it rests on, so when you're all the way down, it just rests on those. And don't push it any further. So good to go. Okay, so now we're about to put on the rear cover. Make sure that you have your little barbell in place before you do this. and then put your cover on. It's a bit of a pain to reach in here behind this mounting plate to get these bolts run in, but we took the new gasket from the set, stuck it to the plate, ran 2 bolts through to hold the gasket in place, lifted the cover up from underneath, set it in place, made sure it went over the end of the crank real nicely. No part of the gasket, rubber gasket, folded over or pinched or anything weird going on there. So it looks good. Didn't get pushed out or anything crazy.
All the bolts are going in by hand.
All
That's
the bolts
important.
are nice and easy to screw in. No binding, no craziness. So yeah, so this is what we're doing right this. All right, so we're at the point where we're gonna start putting on the timing chain and gears. Just slip this one on. You can see the top dead center mark there, which is like a little 0. This key right here, where you have the 0, so you can retard or advance the timing by rotating these cogs. But we're not doing any of that. We're just going to go 0, 0. And so you can see number 1's at top dead center. So now Charles is going to be the boss, Charles in charge, and he's going to get that sucker lined up right, aren't you?
Is that what I'm doing?
You're going to get it lined up right. Because otherwise, then the timing's going to be all jacked. This is a fun little dance. You got to like be able to hook the chain on it and line it up.
Easier to do it like this and then put your teeth on.
There you go. Do you need me to attempt to move the cam one way or the other?
If you can, bring the cam out.
All right, I'm going to stop. So we've run into a tiny bit of a snafu because our timing set did not come with the 3 bolts that you need to mate the sprocket to the cam. So, and I bought an entire engine bolt kit, but apparently it doesn't include bolts for your cam, right? So I don't have any spare bolts. Like, I don't want to use these, and I don't think we have the right size anyways. So I'm going to have to get something. So otherwise, I'm just going to press this seal in on the front cover. I'm just using the palm of my hand. It's going in super easy. I'm going to have to put this phone down and finish doing this. But yeah, it goes in real easy. If you're having like serious problems pressing it in, something else is wrong. But otherwise, I mean, I think we might have run into, oh God, now what is he doing? What have you done?
I don't know.
Anyway, yeah, so just going to finish up here. This is probably going to be it for today, and this video. But really appreciate you watching. And if you have any comments and concerns or anything, questions, we'll do our best to answer anything or respond to your comments. So just drop us a line. And thanks for watching. See you later.